All right, we have Phil here with our ProQuest big win, won the gold foil, got his Pro Tour invite. Phil, run us through what you played today.
Righto, so I'm on Prism again. Obviously I got my last PQ win for Season 1 on Prism, got to Pro Tour on Prism. So brought it back for I only got to play 2 ProQuests in this season, and brought it back for the second one. Managed to come out with an XO run the whole way through Swiss and through Top Cut. So my matchups for the day, we had a pretty decent time in Swiss. Started off with a chain, a Lexi, I played chain, Lexi, a 2 different Dorinthias, and a dash. Did I play dash in Swiss? I don't know. And then Top Cut was a dash into what did I play? Do you remember what I played?
No.
Oh, okay.
You played Dash, Reiner, and then...
Dash, Reiner, then Briar. So definitely 3 really difficult matchups to close things out, but we managed to get there. So obviously we're on Prism. Prism, a massive force in the meta right now. For the equipment loadout, weapon, we're obviously taking up Luminaris in every single matchup. Otherwise, we have quite a few options. So for arms, we're looking at Nullrune Gloves and Ironhide Gauntlet. For feet, we're looking at Phantasmal Footsteps or Nullrune Boots. Chest, only the Tunic. And finally, head, we've got Skullcap and Crown of Reflection. Typically, the only matchup that we bring in the Nullrune Boots is for Kano. So most of the time, these 2 are always in the deck. And then whether or not you're playing Arcanite Skullcap or Crown of Reflection really depends a lot on the matchup. Matchups that we're trying to fatigue out, so for example, Chain and Briar, weirdly enough, we'll take the Crown of Reflection. I also played this against Reiner to try and tempo out some auras and try and win the board that way. Usually Ironhide Gauntlet, although Nullrune again comes in where we need the 1 Arcane Barrier or more. Any other matchup, we default to Skullcap. So looking at the actual main deck, starting with the yellows, which are of course core, 3 Arclight Sentinels, 3 Merciful Retributions, 3 Parables of Humility, 3 Odes to Wrath, and no Genesis. I think Genesis is an actively bad card to be playing in your deck right now. The only matchups where it's very, very good are matchups where you should be winning other ways. So we cut that in favor of running some other consistency techs. So all but 3 of the yellow auras. In the rest of the yellow main board package, we have 3 Herald of Protections, 3 Herald of Eruditions, 3 Wartune Heralds, 3 Cataclysms, 3 Herald of Judgment, and 3 Soul Shield. These are pretty much all in every single matchup that we play. Not necessarily true for the auras. We do cut auras when we're playing into fatigue matchups. We do cut auras when we need to play a little bit more aggressively. Sideboarding, of course, one of the hardest parts of the game. Finally, looking at the blues, we'll start with the auras because these are always in as well. 3 Shimmers, 3 Pierce, 3 Haze Bendings, 3 Passing Mirage. I personally am not actually a huge fan of running 3 Pierce, but it just so turns out that again, strangely enough, in Briar and Chain, Pierce Reality actually does quite a bit of work at putting pressure on our opponent towards the end of the game when we're trying to close things out. The other blues that we're running are fairly standard. 3 Herald of Protection and 3 Wartune Heralds. This is only 18. We can actually go up to 21, and we'll look at how we do that in some matchups. Finally, for reds, we're always playing 3 Miraging Metamorph. And in a significant number of matchups, we're playing 3 Fate for Scenes and 3 Sync Belows. This deck is really designed to try and go the distance, try and eke out every last bit of value, fatiguing the vast majority of our matchups, if we're being fair. We're fatiguing Ninja, Chain, Briar, Dash, Viserai, pretty much any time that we can. A lot of decks are just not ready to deal with that. So that leaves us with a fairly hefty sideboard. 3 red Herald of Protection when we need to push a little bit more damage, and this is also the same or similar time when the red Wartune Heralds come in. We also have 3 Impenetrable Belief. This card is has been a bit of a lifesaver today. Of course, brings us up to 21 blues. Can of course be used in our list very effectively against Chain to not only block 4, but also early game we can pitch it, block 2 Arcane, and use our Footsteps. It is also very good into Dash. Boost Dash has a tendency of boosting and then using Teklo Heart to create 2 resources. Those 3 banishes will then mean that this is blocking for 4. 3 Sigil of Solace. This card comes in pretty much exclusively against Chain. You can also look at bringing it in against Kano as a way of just prolonging the game a little bit more, making it harder for them to deal with us. Finally, 2 Unmovables and 1 Prismatic Shield. These only come in for the Guardians, notably for Starvo, although I do think Starvo is a reasonably favored matchup once you're comfortable with it. And again, you don't need to play 3 Prismatic Shields, just the one of tends to get you there. So I had a great run. I had a very tough game in the finals, and had a great time. Thank you so much to Grimdark Gaming for running this event, and also huge shout outs to Team Sexy Lexi, Fu, Roy, and Steven for coming around to support me as well. We'll just turn sport mode on real quick. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. And for anyone who's coming to Pro Tour France, I'll see everyone there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Phil. Thanks for winning. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for winning.
And, we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.